everybody?
Going on?
AFC Northerners. You first, sir.
Alright, I am Gabriel Bellotti, Steelers Nation. What up?
JD Sutar, Ravens. All right, so let's step right in and let's get to injuries. Is that cool?
Okay.
Cool. All right, so let's hop on injuries. Kick us off. Who do you guys have injured?
So we have Marcus Gilbert is still out. This will be his third week out right now. We've got Sutton and Artie Burns, who right now are questionable. They might play on Sunday. They're both possible game time decisions right now. That's what we're working at. But other than that, we're good.
So you're pretty healthy.
We're pretty healthy.
I hate you.
I know. It's
oh,
okay.
God. So, Ravens, Stanley, Hurst, I think Tim Williams is out. I think that it's Mosley, Humphrey, and I think Collins is also, they're all questionable still. It's the last we heard. So, we are out two of our best starting linemen. With Stanley and Hurst, and so so we've got it looks like Illuminor is going to pick up. You've also got Zeus Jr. in there. It's not comfortable. So okay, so let's hop into. Do you want to take offense first or defense first?
Let's go defense.
Okay.
I'm itching to talk about defense first.
Your defense or mine?
Let's go your defense first.
Okay. All right. Let's start.
So all right. I
love these chairs.
I
fucking love these chairs.
It's cool. At least I got the yellow. I
feel like all right, buddy. Let's talk.
It's almost like a lime mustard yellow green.
I love these chairs so much.
It's like a redneck sitting on a porch right now. I'm fine with that.
It's fucking great.
It is. Oh no, dude.
All right, let's kick off defense.
So defense, Ravens defense has been one of the best for a while. Like, in the past few years, you guys have been up there. Like, your defense in certain aspects with pass and run, that's one thing I will say, you guys know how to draft a defense. Because your defense has been pretty solid. And you're at home, you guys are coming off a really tough loss. I think your defense is going to play hard. Two tough losses, this is true, in a row. But I mean, one really bad, you guys got spanked.
Yeah.
Last week you got spanked.
Oh my God, absolutely. Absolutely.
Your defense was a little suspect last week, but it's kind of been Jekyll and Hyde this year for your defense.
Well, our defense was also a little suspect against the Saints.
That's what I'm saying. It's been kind of Jekyll and Hyde.
I mean, and like Drew Brees just figured us out in the third quarter.
But you got to give some of that credit to Brees though. Brees.
No, totally. That's what I'm saying. He totally figured us out in the third quarter. He just had our number.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's true. Suggs is Suggs. It's just not. You can't deny Suggs. Like, as much as I can't...
It's funny, like, I feel like we've been saying you can't deny Suggs for, like, years.
But it's true.
It's true.
But if you go back, it's like saying you can't deny Polamalu. Like, Suggs is on that level.
No, totally. I completely agree.
And
for me, it's the philosophical question of, like, when do we stop saying that?
Anyway, until he stops making the plays that he made. Until he stops being the impact of a player that he absolutely is for your team. And that's one of the things. I think that we will be able to torch you, especially on the run. If we can get our runs started,
disagree.
I think that Connor has another big game. Because really, with the last 2 weeks, Connor's had he's had 257 rush yards and 84 passing yards, like receiving yards, 9 for 13.
I know that exactly.
We'll get more to that, but
the last time that we played, also, like he had a much lesser role. I mean, he only went for I think 44, 46 yards.
Well, but that's because he was
lesser on the totem pole.
He was because we didn't know what.
Yeah, no, totally.
And I think after 8 weeks, we now know. We'll get into this more, but I want to let's focus. Let's say on defense.
Yeah. So here's my thoughts here. One, if we wind up getting if Marlon Humphrey does come back in and play, that makes me feel a hell of a lot better about this game on defense. Okay. Because if he's out, Mosley.
You're not worried about Mosley being out.
Honestly, Mosley has not lived up to what he has not performed at what I think he is capable of.
Okay.
And it's not that like I'm not ready to toss him, but I think that maybe there's an injury that like that's why he's questionable, and maybe that's why he hasn't been performing.
Okay.
I think that like I can't just jump off the gun and sit there and say that Mosley is a bum or anything like that.
I get it.
I think that for me, it feels like there's an injury that he's really been trying to hide, and maybe now it's just you can't hide it anymore.
Now, who's your okay? So on defense, I'm gonna ask who do you see being your quote unquote like edge player, like the person that's gonna give you guys.
I mean, Michael Pierce.
Really?
Michael Pierce can be
not what
I mean, Williams. I love Brandon Williams, but I think that he's kind of being played by Michael Pierce. Like,
what about Weddle?
I mean, Weddle is always great, but Weddle has had not a great year for tackles. He's made a few here and there. Like it's been better than last season in my estimation. I'd have to go back and look at the numbers for that.
Okay.
But Weddle, I love Weddle. I'm down for Weddle. I think that edge-wise, I think that, if
it's gonna be Pierce.
I feel like Pierce is the guy to watch. He's been really like upping his game, and tied with him, honestly, is watch out for Young. Like,
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I mean, he's sneaky.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
He's sneaky.
Interesting. Okay.
So I mean, those are the things. Like those, yeah. It's still like any team. You get to know your team so well that you're like, here's the sneaky players,
yeah.
Right? Even if they didn't have a great game in the last one, you know what you saw against them last time.
And especially, well, and it's also a divisional game, so it's always ups the ante just a little bit.
Yeah.
All right. I gotta say, defense wise for Pittsburgh,
yeah.
I think the offensive tack. I think the fact that you guys have a rookie in. I don't know if this is his first game. Your rookie for Brown, because Brown's a rookie.
Oh, for Smokey? Orlando Brown.
For your Orlando Brown for your offensive line.
Okay.
Is this his first game because he's a rookie?
Yeah, no, this is not his first game.
This isn't his first game.
No. He's played other games. It's not his first game. I want to say it's his third, maybe fourth.
Okay.
I'd have to go back and think.
Well, I think with him and with the other guy who I can't think of how to pronounce his name. Illuminor. With him and Illuminor, I really think, dude, Watt and Dupree, the way that they've been playing the last few games, they're gonna have both Illuminor and Brown are gonna have a lot to deal with this
agree.
game.
I am not thrilled. I'm not really thrilled thinking about our offensive line.
I'm gonna make a little bold prediction. I say Flacco's pressured all day, and I see 3 sacks. I'm making a bold prediction, and I'm saying we get 3 sacks. And I'm saying that what winds up. And here's what I'm thinking. No, but listen. Here's what I'm thinking.
No, you got me thinking. Like, how many do I think could be possible?
Here's how I'm thinking this too.
All right.
Because they're gonna have a lot of. We're gonna blitz a lot. I see Pittsburgh blitzing a lot. They're gonna have a hard time covering.
I see you. I mean, I see you blitzing, but I don't. I also see some, like, I don't know. You guys have been doing some interesting coverage stuff.
We have, but here's the thing: when you've got two inexperienced and not good offensive tackles, Pittsburgh's going to play to that strength. We are going to try and get to the quarterback. Watch it. Just watch it. I'm calling it.
I get you.
But here's
if they put Zeus Jr. in at left tackle, that could be really interesting for you guys. Now, and I think that, like, I mean, there's some other interesting things that can happen in that regard. But I think I would caution you don't just assume that you can bowl over Zeus Jr.
I'm not assuming that, but here's the thing. I'm not saying bowl over.
Okay.
And let me get to my point.
All right.
My point is, it's not just Zeus Jr.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them are going to have trouble because Bud Dupree is turning out to be a great.
He's great.
Whoever's on Watt is going to have problems. Watt's either going to get by them or somebody's going to have to come off and try to help. And Stephon Tuitt's getting through. Yeah. I'm calling a sack for Watt, at least 1 or 2 sacks for Watt, and I'm calling a sack for Tuitt. I'm calling a sack for Tuitt, possibly with a fumble. I'm not. You never know. I'm saying
that's almost a moneymaker right there.
It's almost a moneymaker.
That's almost a moneymaker right there.
Now, see, the other thing that I will say is we get Mike Hilton back this week.
Thank God. So yeah.
We also have got Morgan Burnett back, which makes me happy. Now, we have got Artie Burns and Cameron Sutton are both questionable.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care about Burns. I don't care about Burns. Burns, to me, is more of a liability than he... No. Dude, he makes...
Really, though?
Dude, yes.
Okay, explain it to me.
Go... Eddie Steeler fan. Dude, every time I'm at the bar... everybody's screaming at Artie Burns because he misses routes. He's not his head is somewhere else, man. It's up his ass most of the time. No, seriously. And he makes costly penalties that he does not need to be making. And he gets burned.
Okay, now
and here's the thing. Burns is not as fast.
Okay,
Burns is not as fast as people want him to be. He's not. He's not as fast as other people.
So who do you put in instead of him?
You put in, all right, you've got, or maybe it's, you either put in Sensabaugh, but I think you put in Hilton. I think you put in Hilton, honestly, at right cornerback.
I always felt like Hilton was a better choice than Burns anyway.
Exactly. I don't understand why Hilton is not, because he plays, well, here's why. Because he plays left. He doesn't play right. He plays left. But he should be playing right. Because I think he can learn how to play right. I think Mike Hilton, because Mike Hilton is better.
Yeah.
And here's the other thing, too. I like the way that John Bostic has been growing.
Well, I can't say that he's better without seeing him play in that position. I mean, that is a skill definition.
But here's the problem. But here's the other thing, too. We've also got Terrell Edmonds. Now, here's what happens. Edmonds has been kind of like free, like kind of in the back and stuff like that.
Yeah, he hasn't really been saying.
But with Morgan Burnett back, Edmonds can move around. We've got Morgan Burnett back. That's the thing. The fact that we're healthy, especially on defense, that's why these last two games we've allowed only 19 points per like an average of 19 points.
So I get you, but also at the same time, your secondary is your weakness.
It is, but with Burnett back, it gets better. The reason why we're able to do what we've been doing.
I'm really interested to see the matchup here. I get what you're saying, but I'm really interested to see the matchup between. I think this could be a good game actually for our tight ends.
We're terrible against tight ends. We've been terrible.
No, I think that I think it's going to be a tight end day.
And I'm okay with that, and I'll tell you why.
Well, I mean, that may be the reason that we wind up like with a score that we do.
Maybe.
I don't play on maybes.
No. But here's why I'm saying that. I would rather. Here's why I'm okay if it's a big day for tight ends.
Yeah.
I'm okay giving up 7 yards
because
instead of giving up the big plays. Because here's the thing: if we're giving up, if we're giving up to the 35 and you guys are kicking field goals and you're doing that with your tight ends, fuck yeah, fine. The only person I'm worried about, and we'll get more into this, is Brown on your offense.
That's what I'm saying.
That's the only deep threat.
Well, no, it's not our only threat, so calm down there. But you've got, first of all...
I said your deep threat. I didn't say threat.
Right.
I said your deep threat.
So, I would say that... I did see in the last...
Let's go to offense now.
Okay,
let's go to offense now.
So, I would say that I think that one of the things that you really need to be careful about there is that if you watch, for example, Crabtree, everybody got on him for drops, his concentration, etc., right? Last week had a much better game, much more improved. And if you go back and look at like Crabtree over seasons, he's always a little off in the beginning and then he warms up, which means that maybe it's just, that's how he plays, maybe that's how we roll. And we've always kind of been a second half team. We're a second half team and a second part of the season team. That's because as it gets colder, Joe Flacco gets warmer. It's whatever it is.
But he's getting older.
What is that? I don't.
I know.
So is Ben. Like, all right, it's a bad logical argument. So I would say that I'm not really hopeful about our offensive chances against your defense. But whenever it comes, the fact that your passing is your weakness. You're great on rushing, right? So I'm not expecting a big rush, and I don't think that Montgomery is going to play for us. So I don't think that he's going to be in the mix. And Collins may be questionable with a foot. So it's Buck Allen and whatever the guy is that's behind him. If Collins is playing, but actually we may bring in Montgomery. Actually,
I think it's going to depend. It's probably
I think let's see what Collins plans out. So that being said, I think that I don't see our offensive line really making great holes unless you guys have like an injury that's more crucial than you realize, right?
We don't though. That's the thing.
No, I'm saying like during the game.
Oh, I get you.
That variable is always a thing.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
But I think that again, Flacco I'll give him this, like whenever he knows that the worst problem you've got is a deep ball, he can make that happen.
But yes, this is true.
And we did win kind of that way.
But we didn't really have Hilton. There are pieces that we didn't have.
I get you.
that we have now. That's why I'm saying I feel your only deep threat. Because let's see how either Sensabaugh or Hilton plays. Because it's going to be one of those two who's at our right cornerback. It's going to be one of those two. Let's see how they play. Because Hayden, dude, if Hayden's up against Brown, we don't double team him. But if Hayden's on the other side and they line up Brown on the other side, we might have to double team him. That's why I'm saying
honestly, if Brown lines up with Hayden, you should probably try and double team him.
This is true too. But here's the thing,
because that dude is fast,
and
I honestly think that he could.
But that's where Morgan Burnett comes in. That's where Morgan Burnett comes in as a free safety. Is the safety.
I get you.
But that's what I'm saying. And that double team. And what I'm saying is, the only thing that I'm saying is, that's why he's the only one that I'm worried about as your deep threat. Crabtree's a good receiver.
Like, he's our version of AJ Green at this point right now.
Exactly.
But I would say that, like, I think if I feel like, okay,
bold prediction. By him.
My bold prediction is that I think that this is a game that defines Crabtree. And because
you think so?
Yeah, because look at what happened with him last time we played, right? There was like a weird added pressure. You know, playing the Steelers, there always is.
Well, I mean, let's talk about how. But after playing the Steelers twice, 6 Browns coaches.
No. I mean, it always happens at the end of the season. But that's a whataboutism. So
it is a whataboutism.
So I think about it like this, right? I love the thing about playing like a Raven is that whenever you know that it's really, really hard, you wind up playing your ass off for some reason. Some people, like some teams, whenever they're playing really, really hard, they just fold, right?
Yeah.
And some teams, they just forge like iron, and that brings them together. And I will say that about Harbaugh. He's really good at that. But if he's just inconsistent about it whenever it fucking happens. So, I don't know. I would say that I don't disagree with you about Smokey at all. But I would not sleep. I'm curious to see what Crabtree does in this game, because I'd have to go back and look exactly what his numbers were last time. But he made some impressive catches against your secondary.
This is true, but again, we were missing pieces.
Yeah, no, I get you.
That's the thing. I'm not saying Crabtree's not going to have a good day. I'm saying the only deep threat I'm worried about is Brown.
Okay,
is literally Brown.
I think we spent enough time with
that.
Yes, we did. My bad.
No, you're fine.
All right, so let's get on to your offense.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Let's do it.
I'm excited. All right, even though Gilbert is out, we've got Matt Filer in. And what I will say about the last 2 games with Filer, I was doing some research, and we have with him on our offense, we've gotten 31.5 points in the last 2 games and over 416 yards.
Yeah.
Now, Ben's been sacked 4 times in the last 2 games, which really is not that bad, especially when you've got somebody who's fairly new. And that's been the thing. Our offensive line this season is one of the best in the league.
Honestly,
right now.
You've got an amazing O-line.
It's scary.
It's really
Our O-line
good.
is scary.
It's really good.
And honestly, and this is the only
So
thing.
how much of that do you think is responsible for Connor's success?
And that's what I'm about to get into.
Okay.
And I agree with this, and I think that's one of the reasons why there's been so many people talking about why Bell should be scared. And this is the only thing I'm going to say about Bell. Bell's a great running back. He's a fantastic running back. But if you go back and you look at our track record, especially in the last 3 years of our O-line, our O-line's been good. Our O-line's great. Our O-line's fucking amazing. We are in the top 10 usually when it comes to sacks most seasons.
Yeah.
Our O-line's fucking, from keeping Ben from being sacked, is phenomenal.
Yeah. Okay.
And for opening holes, I think Bell is an amazing running back, but I think the way that he is because of the holes that open. And I think Connor's proving it. I think Connor's proving.
You know what? That's not a bad theory.
Because here's the thing.
I can get on board with that because your O-line is amazing.
Connor is a franchise.
So it makes you wonder and because of that, this is maybe exactly the reason why that Le'Veon Bell hasn't gotten any calls or anything like that, because honestly,
teams are starting to wonder. Wait, is this the O-line
or is it him?
Because here's the thing. Right now, where Connor is, they're neck and neck from last season where Bell was, but he's got 5 more rushing touchdowns than Bell has. And like I said earlier, he caught 9 of 13 for 84.
Do you think Bell ever comes back?
I do. Here, there's okay, this is the last thing I'll say. There's a theory that Bell has been saving his body for when he comes back, so that way he doesn't get hurt. Look, I understand.
Is that fair though?
It's not. It's not. And here's the thing: that most of the O-line, they don't really want him back, I don't think. Because, dude, they've built this relationship with Connor this season.
Yeah.
Connor's been there every fucking step of the way. He's giving him his fucking all. Yeah. Look, I understand wanting to save your body, and I understand wanting to have a deal, because what happened with the Seattle Seahawks guy who went out and didn't get paid, and he's fucked. I completely get it. But look, if you're going to sit there and you're going to want the kind of money that you want, and here's the thing. All right, I'm going to get in this little tangent.
Right.
I have to. Here's the thing. You have a season 2 seasons ago marred by injury for Bell. Then the season after that, you come in with a PED infraction and you're out games. No, man.
Yeah.
You can't be demanding that kind of fucking money. Not when you have 2 or 3 seasons where marred by injury and marred by the way that you act. I don't no matter how good of a player you are, the off the field shit is just as important.
Yeah.
It really is. And that's what Connor's showing. Dude, Connor's having the time of his life. He beat fucking cancer. And he's rallying this team to something that it needs to be.
I don't disagree. All right.
And I think Connor's going to have, if our offensive line plays, you've got a great front seven, but if our offensive line can open up some holes, Connor has another big game. I'm not going to say Connor has close to a 200-yard game. I think I'm calling Connor has 110 yards.
See, here's the thing. We don't have a problem with running backs. We have a problem with mobile quarterbacks.
Exactly.
That's our problem.
But that's what. But this is what I'm getting at.
I don't know that I agree with you right there.
No, but listen. Here's what I'm getting at.
All right.
Because if we can get some semblance of a run game going, I'm saying Connor has 80 rush yards, 1 TD against your front seven. And I'm saying I'm calling 110 yards. He's got 30 yards for catches. Because Ben's going to go to him. Him and Ben have been in sync lately.
I would say that I would disagree with your fantasy there, because I think that you're missing out you're focusing on the rushing and not on the passing. If you focus on his yardage, I think that his total yardage, I agree with you. Whenever it comes to rushing, the Ravens.
You don't think he's going to get 80 yards?
I mean, maybe.
I see, dude. Here's the other thing too.
But I don't think it'll. I think.
My question to you is: have you been watching Connor?
Hold on. What I'm saying is, I don't think that like his normal thing. It'll be in long gaps.
I don't either.
I think it'll be in short. I think that our defense is.
I also kind of disagree with you on that. I see him being able to get at least 1 20-yard run, and here's why I say that.
I don't disagree with that.
Because look, have you been watching Connor? Like, have you gone back?
Totally.
I mean the last 2 games. He makes people miss.
Yeah, no, his jukes are insane.
Exactly. I'm not saying. Look, he's been averaging about 100, let's say 130, 140 rush yards this season. I'm saying he's going to get 80. I'm saying he's going to get maybe half of that. I'm saying I'm saying 110.
I don't know. Like he might break 100. I don't know. Like maybe it's just ticky tack that I'm thinking that over 110 is a little ridiculous.
But here's the thing. I don't think it is.
We'll see.
And here's why. Especially because he's become, the way he catches the ball, his route running, his yards after the catch too. That's the important thing. His yards after the catch. If he can make 1 or 2 of your guys miss, you're in trouble. Especially with the pass. So then, you know what? Let's say 60. Okay, we'll say 50 rush, 60 pass.
I think that, like, honestly, like that, I don't disagree with. I think that here's the thing. Again, I think that if they're smart, they'll utilize him on just really quick bullet passes.
I agree with that.
And he'll run them. But I don't know that.
But we're gonna try. But here's the thing. We're gonna try and stick with what works, and the rush game has worked. Yeah, the rush game has worked.
Yeah, no.
Now, and here's the other thing too. I'm saying most of his yards are going to come from the 3rd or 4th quarter. End of the 3rd quarter, beginning of the 4th quarter.
Okay.
When both of our teams are kind of gassed out a little bit. We're going to try to go back to the run, and I think that's where a lot of his rush yards are going to come from. Now, the other thing too is, I don't think you guys, as good as and here's the other reason why I say this. As good as your defense is, we have too many weapons. Antonio Brown and Ben. Oh, just listen to me.
No. I'm not going to disagree with you.
But let me make my point.
Okay.
Brown and Ben, their connection has been better these last 2 weeks. We've also got Vance McDonald. Dude, I will say this, and I've said it before. Fuck what people say. Vance McDonald is our Gronkowski.
Is he your Jarvis Landry?
No, he's our Gronkowski. Because here's the thing. What he can do. He can learn routes.
He's a great player.
That's been people's problem with him.
He's a great T. Like, he's just dope.
He's amazing.
Like, here's the thing. You guys really draft well. You guys draft, like, your defensive line. You guys draft really well whenever it comes to, like, the prototypical like, aggressive like that. I think that it's interesting. Like, I don't disagree with you on Vance. I think so. Okay, let's go ahead and make our way to predictions, right?
I really just think you won't have enough answers for our offense. Okay. I don't.
So what is your prediction?
My prediction, my bold prediction. If your defense does not show up,
there's too many bold predictions.
Oh no,
so what's your prediction?
I have two. I've got to say this. If your defense doesn't show up, it's gonna be 31-21. I say we win by 10. I say Pittsburgh 31, Baltimore 21. Now, because I can see Brown getting 1 or 2 TDs. I can see that.
So
and I can see your tight end getting a TD.
If our D does show up.
If your D does show up, I'm still going to give the edge to Pittsburgh. I'm going to toss the edge up in this one. I'm not sure. But I say...
Nope.
I gotta give an edge?
Nope.
Alright, fine. I'll still give the edge to Pittsburgh, but I'm calling it 14-17.
14-17?
Yes.
Alright,
if your defense shows up, it's 14-17. If not, it's 31-21.
So 14-17, 14 us?
17 us. I said I'm still giving a slight edge to Pittsburgh.
Alright, interesting. I understand what you're saying with our defense showing up or not. I don't know. If our defense doesn't show up in this game, then that's almost like a sign of mutiny against the defensive coordinator to me.
Well, I'm saying if they don't show up like they did against New Orleans or against Carolina.
No, they showed up against New Orleans. Drew Brees just figured them out.
That's true.
It's because...
But Ben knows them too.
Yeah, no, but the thing is that we know you better than them.
You can't say that.
We play you twice a year, every single year.
I see. I thought you meant you know us better than we know you.
Better.
I get you. I get what you're saying.
You know, like
that was on me.
Yeah, no, I get you. So, so I would say that. No, I don't need to make a defense or doesn't. What I think this game will come down to is field goals. And I think that this whole game will come down to a lot of, like, the thing that, like, I don't think either of us are really factored in are field goals and penalties, especially against each other. So,
but I disagree. But if you look at the Bengals-Steelers game, or
you don't even know what I was going to say yet.
Go ahead. Sorry.
All right. So if you look at like field goals and penalties, I think that what you're going to see is because that we do wind up having a few penalties, but not more or less than anybody else. But they're usually, well, I can't say they're more because they're usually bigger. For some reason, they're always bigger on our freaking games. But I would say that I think that you guys are going to take this, but I think it's going to be 28-14.
Really?
I don't see our offense showing up. I think that our defense will get tired because of all the 3 and outs.
You really think so?
I do not have faith.
So you have more faith in our defense in your arena
right now
than your offense?
Absolutely, right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, and I'm sorry, but and this is not on Flacco.
No, I get it.
No, this is Marty Morningweg. Right.
You just think
I have so little faith in his play calling. And here's the thing: we are a good team. We have a bad offensive coach.
Listen,
I hate so. It's not that we'll be outplayed; we'll be outcoached. I think that you're right. I think that Smokey. I mean, and here's the thing: I realize that I could be off by a touchdown, but I still think that you guys are going to wind up taking this. And maybe it's not 30 points, but I think it's probably at least 28. If not, I mean, if you guys don't get over 21, then our defense has shown up.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it.
Okay.
If our defense like really shows up and we get over 21. Now, obviously, like we're playing at home. I get that. We've got a brand new running back who may or may not be playing depending on Alex Collins or a whole bunch of other factors. I get that. That our defense is ranked number 1 in a lot of categories. I get that. When it comes down to it, whenever I'm watching this, is all play calling to me.
I get it.
As a Ravens fan, like I can't be more like honest than that. Like,
No,
I hate our coaching.
And I think, and honestly, I think one of the last things I want to say though is that going into coaching, I really think that at the beginning of this season, people were calling for, our offensive coordinator and our defensive coordinator to.
I love that you guys fired Todd Haley twice in one season.
Dude, it's great. No, but I like
Amazing.
our offensive coordinator and our defensive coordinator. People were clamoring for them to be. One of the problems with fans in a lot of clubs and especially in the Steelers, because it happened when Haley came in. Everyone was like, after 1 or 2 seasons, people want to just like ship them out. Nobody wants to give these coaches actual time to develop, and that's my thing. Like, this is Fitchner's first season.
Yeah, but
with
did
us.
you watch Hard Knocks?
I didn't. I'm not.
Okay. Dude, you should watch it. Like, for real. Watch
No,
Hard Knocks.
but I'm saying, but he had 3 seasons.
Because
This was his third-
he did some shit that was just not really cool.
I understand that. But that's not what's going on with our offensive coordinator and our defensive coordinator.
No.
Because we're not getting results right away, a lot of fans are
Well,
like,
you have
get rid of them.
Yeah,
No, you've got to give them some time.
Okay, I see where you're going
Haley
with
had 5 years with us.
Yeah.
At least 5 years. And after 2 or 3, they're like, get rid of him. No. Because even through those 5 years, our offense has gotten better and better.
Yeah.
Haley's not a terrible offensive coordinator. I think he should have let Ben have more of the power because Ben knows that offense more than he did.
Yeah.
But I think that
Maybe.
where we're getting in this season now with our defensive coordinator, I think he's starting to learn the system. I think he's starting to click, and I think that's why our defense is getting better as it goes.
Yeah, I never understood the whole idea that, like, as soon as you put a guy in, like, everything changes and gets good right away. Like,
Doesn't make sense. You've got to learn
like,
a scheme, a system.
yeah, exactly. Like, it takes a while to, like, learn your players.
Yeah.
It takes a while to learn their strengths or weaknesses, not just what you've seen on tape and film, but what you see in, like, real time.
You got to get to know them as people.
Exactly. Exactly. So, like, to me, I think that a lot of people miss out on, like, that real, true complication.
And I will say this. I know it has nothing to do with it has to do with our division, but what I will say is I'm interested to see what the first game, because even Baker Mayfield said that he was glad to see him go. Huge go.
He did it?
There was something, I saw something on Bleacher Report.
Interesting. I didn't see that.
So, like, I'm interested to see how a coaching change and see what this guy can get Baker to do, because Baker's a great quarterback. And look at what he's already done with Hugh.
I love Greg Williams. I love that dude. He said, what did he say? Like, he's like, I didn't come here to make a lot of friends. If I wanted to make friends, I'd buy a Labrador. Like, I love that guy.
So we'll see what happens.
Got a lozenge, bitch. Oh, dude. So you gotta watch, like, Hard Knocks.
I will. I will. I just haven't.
Dude, like, we'll figure out how to get you HBO.
I have HBO. I just haven't watched it. I'll watch it tonight. I will watch it tonight.
Okay, so your prediction was, like, for real.
For real. All right. If I'm gonna probably, I actually like yours. I'm gonna agree with you. 28-14.
Yeah.
I think I kind of like that.
Okay, so 28-14 Steelers. 28-14 Steelers. Yes, I know you can hate me for it, but it's true, right? I'm not fucking making this shit up. We're a good team that's got horrible coaching. I'm not surprised. I mean, look at the fucking challenges from last week, though. All right.
Well,
Just
the
look at
challenges
that.
from the entire season has been the officiating has been.
Dude, the officiating's fucked up.
It's been bad.
It's been fucked.
It's been really fucking
Totally
bad.
fucked.
Dude, no, like, they even go back and you watch some of these calls, and you've got pundits who are like, these are missed. Like, why? Why is this?
Or, like, the yards being moved up whenever you're, like, you've seen that shit, right? Like, where,
dude,
like...
we got fucked out of yards on a game. I can't remember which game it was. I have to go back and watch it, but we got fucked out of yards. We almost got fucked out of a down.
We did get fucked out of a down. That's why we lost against the Saints, because we got fucked out of a down because Alex Collins, whenever he landed, arm went through and they marked the ball back further, and that's what gave us, like, and we just didn't get it. Like, fuck you, right? Fuck you. Anyway, we should wrap this up. We've been going on for a while. Sorry, guys. It's been a while.
You know how it goes.
It's been a while. Appreciate you. All right, so 28-14 Steelers is what we both kind of predicted. Make sure you check out DGBG and Mark Herman. Their videos are going up. Also, New Stripe City. He's a Bengals show as well. Joe Nubo is a Ravens guy.
He just had his Halloween show.
Yeah,
come out.
fucking love you, dude.
It.
He's so bitter. He's so bitter right now. I love you, Joe. I love you so much. You're such a fucking dope dude. So yeah, make sure you check those guys out. And you got anything else? I don't have anybody else to thank.
Nope.
Thank you, new subscribers.
Yeah.
Fucking thank
you
new
for watching
subscribers.
us.
Dude,
Thank you for
you guys are fucking great. And thank you for commenting.
exactly.
We really appreciate you.
It's always nice. Whether you put us in our place or whether you say whatever you say, it's always
yeah. I fucking love. I even love the haters. How y'all doing, trolls? Mwah. All right. So sign off with as we always do.
I'm gonna do a couple different sign offs.
Okay, you go for it.
All right. So I'm gonna sign off as out of love, fuck the Ravens. Out of love, fuck the Bengals. Out of love, fuck the Browns. Not out of love, fuck Vontez Burfict. Oh yeah, and at last,
shit, I forgot
fuck
about
the officiators right now.
Dude.
Fuck y'all.
All right, I'm gonna sign off with fuck the rest of the AFC North. The Steelers in particular, not sorry. It's just not sorry. And I'm with you. Fuck officiating. And who's my special fuck you to? My special fuck you to. I've already done that. My special fuck you to is fuck Danny Amendola. I know you don't even play for the Patriots, but I met you once, and you're an alright dude, but fuck you, alright? So he was actually pretty cool, but I felt like saying fuck you to Amendola. He was a pretty cool guy, though. Anyway, alright guys, we're gonna sign off. Love
King of the North!
Yeah. Maybe not. We'll see. All right, guys, take care. Have a good one, and we'll be doing instant reviews after the game on Sunday. Where are you watching the game on Sunday?
I'm going down to Gabe's.
Are you?
So if you're if you're in Los Angeles,
well, we will eventually stop talking. I'm sorry.
yes, but if you're in Los Angeles and you're looking for a Steelers bar, Gabe's on Sepulveda, and I believe it's national. It's down in like Beverly Hills, Santa Monica area. Just look up Gabe's. You'll find it. Steelers bar.
They are mildly Ravens friendly. I've been there twice to see a game, and it's mildly Ravens friendly.
You're just gonna look. Yeah. There's a couple of a-holes, but most of us, it's just good natured ribbing.
No, it's really good. Ravens fans, if you're in LA, especially the Parlor on Melrose in West Hollywood, that is where we have our games. I'm going to be there, so come check us out, hang out. It is, again, at the Parlor in West Hollywood, part of the West Wing. You can check them out online. I think it's on Twitter. It's the West Wing, something like that. Anyway, guys, we're going to sign off, as we always do, with Fuck the Patriots. See you later.